Imagine walking down the street, the sun warm on your face, the gentle hum of city life all around you. Everything feels perfectly normal, routine even. You pass by familiar faces, hear the distant sound of traffic, and maybe even catch the scent of fresh coffee drifting from a nearby cafe. But then, in a single bewildering instant, everything changes. Without warning, the connection to the ground vanishes. The world as you know it is about to be turned upside down. You feel a strange, almost magical lightness, and before you can react, you begin to rise. Your feet leave the pavement, and your body drifts upward, as if the air itself has become a gentle tide lifting you away. The force that held you to earth your whole life, gravity, has simply disappeared. The familiar pull that kept you grounded is gone, leaving you weightless and unanchored. You're floating, untethered, and so is everyone and everything else. People around you gasp and shout, their voices echoing in the open air as they drift helplessly upward. People, pets, cars, everything lifts off, drifting upward in confusion and chaos. The city becomes a surreal scene, with vehicles, animals, and even bicycles tumbling through the air, all powerless to resist. Buildings begin to crumble as their foundations lose grip, debris floats upward, and the city transforms into a silent storm of destruction. Windows shatter, bricks and steel beams twist and rise, joining the swirling mass above. Out in the countryside, trees are ripped from the earth, rivers and lakes bulge upward, and oceans break free, forming massive drifting blobs of water. The landscape itself seems to unravel, as if the very fabric of nature is coming undone. A colossal wave rises from the sea, not to crash, but to lift off the planet entirely, a temporary, watery moon. The horizon is filled with floating mountains of water suspended in the sky. This is the moment gravity disappears, a quiet, complete release. The world is frozen in a strange, weightless ballet, everything suspended in eerie stillness. Everything that was once held down is now free, on a one-way journey into space. The sky fills with drifting shapes, as if the world itself is dissolving into the cosmos. The earth sheds its skin, every object, every drop of water, every grain of sand, all drifting away. The planet is losing everything that once defined its surface. The planet that was our home is now just another object in the sky, rapidly receding. From space, Earth looks like a fragile, shrinking memory, slipping away into the void. The familiar world is gone, replaced by a silent spectacle of everything coming undone. The chaos is breathtaking, yet there is an eerie beauty in the way everything floats, unbound and free. There is no up or down, only the endless cold emptiness of space. You are surrounded by the infinite, with no sense of direction, no way to return. The chaos is absolute, and the unmooring from reality is complete. The fragments of civilization drift further apart, each piece lost in the vastness. In an instant, the world you knew is lost. The places you loved, the streets you walked, all are now scattered and fading into darkness. Gravity, the silent anchor of our lives, has vanished, leaving behind only emptiness and the haunting memory of a world that once was. So, what is gravity? It's a question that has fascinated humans for centuries, from ancient philosophers to modern scientists. We see its effects every day, but rarely stop to think about what's really happening. Gravity is the universe's invisible glue, an ever-present force, pulling things with mass or energy together. It's not something you can see or touch, but you can feel its effects everywhere, from the smallest pebble to the largest star. It's why you don't float away. Earth is always tugging you toward its center, anchoring you to the ground. Every step you take, every jump you make, gravity is there, quietly at work. Every atom in your body feels this pull, giving you weight. It's not just your body as a whole. Each tiny particle is being drawn toward the earth. When you step on a scale, you're actually measuring gravity's force on your body, not your mass. The number you see is a direct result of Earth's gravitational pull. On the moon you'd weigh less, but your mass stays the same. That's because the moon's gravity is weaker, so it pulls on you with less force. Astronauts can leap higher and move differently, all because of this change. Gravity organizes the cosmos. It ignites stars, forms planets, and shapes galaxies. Without gravity, the universe would be a scattered cloud of dust and gas, never forming the beautiful structures we see in the night sky. Newton described gravity as a force acting at a distance, like an invisible rope connecting everything with mass. His ideas helped us predict the motion of planets and falling apples alike. Einstein reimagined it. Gravity is mass-bending spacetime like a heavy ball on a rubber sheet. This new vision explained mysteries Newton couldn't, like how light bends around stars. Planets orbit the sun not because they're pulled by a rope but because they follow the curves in space-time. Their paths are shaped by the invisible landscape created by the sun's mass. Gravity keeps the moon circling Earth, Earth orbiting the sun, and the solar system in order. It's the cosmic choreographer guiding the dance of planets and moons. Without it, there'd be no planets, stars, or galaxies, no structure at all. The universe would be a formless void with nothing to hold it together. It's the silent architect of everything we know, shaping landscapes, guiding the tides, and even influencing the passage of time. Gravity is not just about falling. It's about holding the universe together, from the smallest grain of sand to the grandest galaxy. Without it, there's no down, no order, no world. Everything would drift apart, lost in endless space. Gravity is the unseen force that shapes reality itself, weaving the fabric of the cosmos and making our universe possible. The instant gravity vanishes, Newton's first law takes over. Objects in motion stay in motion. Earth spins at over 1,000 miles per hour at the equator, but gravity keeps us grounded. Without it, you'd be flung into space at that speed, not just floating, but launched. People, cars, animals, everything becomes a high-speed projectile. The world turns into a blender of debris with topsoil, sand, and rocks hurled skyward. Oceans, moving with Earth's spin, would spray into space, freezing and boiling into a glittering cloud. Earth would lose its water in minutes, becoming a dry husk. The planet itself isn't solid, it's layers of molten metal and rock held together by gravity. Without that force, the core's pressure would explode outward. The ground would rupture, and the molten core would erupt into space. Earth would literally break apart from the inside out. The blue marble would become a shattered, expanding mass. It's the ultimate act of planetary self-destruction. The end of gravity means violent unraveling, not a gentle fade. In an instant, the invisible force that holds our world together vanishes, and chaos takes its place. The very fabric of our planet begins to come undone, as if the universe itself is tearing at the seams. Earth is a sphere because gravity pulls everything inward. Without it, outward forces take over. The planet's shape distorts, bulging and warping as the crust and mantle lose their grip. Mountains crumble, oceans spill into the void, and the atmosphere begins to drift away, no longer anchored to the ground below. The planet's rotation would flatten and then tear it apart. Freed from gravity's embrace, centrifugal forces rip the world into pieces, sending fragments spinning into the darkness. The core's pressure, no longer contained, would explode the planet from within. Magma and molten rock burst outward, turning the heart of Earth into a violent, fiery storm. The moon, once in delicate balance, would shoot off into space, a rogue wanderer. No longer tethered, it would drift endlessly, lost among the stars, its fate uncertain. Our nights would be forever moonless, the tides gone. The gentle pull that shapes our oceans and guides countless creatures would vanish, leaving the seas eerily still and silent. The solar system would fall apart, planets, asteroids, and comets flying off in straight lines. Orbits would dissolve and the careful dance of celestial bodies would end in a moment. The sun, held together by its own gravity, would explode in a final flash. Its core would erupt outward, scattering its elements across the void, leaving only a fading memory of warmth and light. Back on Earth's fragments, there'd be no stable surface, no seasons, no orbit, no time as we know it. The pieces of our world would drift endlessly, lost in a cold, indifferent universe. The loss of gravity erases not just our home, but the rhythms that define life. Day and night, the turning of the seasons, the cycles of growth and decay, all would vanish in an instant. The solar system becomes a chaotic shooting gallery. Collisions would be inevitable as objects once held in harmony now careen wildly through space. Planets could collide or be flung into the void. The order we once knew would be replaced by endless chaos and destruction. The familiar order of the cosmos would be lost forever. Constellations would shift and scatter, the night sky becoming unrecognizable. Gravity's absence means the end of everything we know. In its place, silence, darkness, and a universe adrift, stripped of the forces that once made it whole. As you're flung from Earth's surface, your view changes forever. The sky is gone. Now it's a swirl of debris, floating oceans, and shattered continents. The air thins and vanishes, the blue sky fading to black. Earth becomes a lumpy, expanding mass, venting its insides into space. City lights flicker out as the crust breaks apart. The sun blazes, unfiltered and lethal, then drifts out of view as you travel into the void. Other planets become distant, silent travelers. The constellations distort as your perspective shifts. You're utterly alone, a speck in an infinite, indifferent universe. There's no up or down, just endless isolation and the debris of your former world. It's the ultimate nightmare, a castaway in the endless ocean of space. Our atmosphere, the air we breathe, is held by gravity. Without it, the atmosphere would violently expand into space, vanishing in moments. The air in your lungs would be ripped away, consciousness lost in seconds. Liquids in your body would boil from the sudden drop in pressure, a gruesome end. The sky would fade from blue to black as the atmosphere disappears. Stars would appear even with the sun up. Sunsets and sunrises would vanish forever. Without the atmosphere, there's no protection from solar radiation. The surface would be sterilized with no weather, no water cycle, and extreme temperature swings. Earth would become a silent, airless rock, like the moon. Gravity doesn't just hold us down, it holds onto the very breath of our world. The loss of atmosphere seals the planet's fate. Life as we know it would end instantly. Science fiction loves to play with gravity. Spaceships with artificial gravity, anti-gravity vehicles, and more. Often these stories use spinning ships to mimic gravity with centrifugal force, a real concept but not true gravity. Some imagine manipulating space-time itself, creating local gravity fields, pure speculation, far beyond our reach. These ideas stretch our imagination and inspire real science. While true control of gravity remains fiction, the dream pushes us to explore the universe's mysteries. Science fiction is a playground for imagining the impossible. It prepares us to ask, what if we could tame nature's most fundamental force? Could gravity ever just turn off? The answer is no. Gravity isn't a switch or a machine, it's a fundamental property of mass and energy. As long as matter exists, gravity is woven into reality. To imagine no gravity is to imagine no matter at all. Everything with mass, from particles to galaxies, exerts gravity. The force never truly disappears, no matter how far apart things are. Scientists are still probing gravity's deepest mysteries, but nothing suggests it's optional. You won't wake up floating. Gravity is constant and reliable. The cosmic glue holds strong, and our universe depends on it. Without gravity, there would be no universe to speak of. We've imagined a world undone by the loss of gravity, revealing its profound importance. Gravity is the master architect, building stars, herding planets, holding us to Earth. We're so used to it we forget it's there, like air or a heartbeat. Contemplating its absence makes us appreciate the delicate balance that allows life. Our exploration of gravity is ongoing, from distant probes to gravitational wave detectors. We're still searching for answers to the universe's biggest mysteries. We live on a tiny rock, held by an unseen force that shapes everything. Next time you feel the ground beneath your feet, remember the anchor that holds us all.